happening, guys? So we got a little farther on the blue car and then also came to a standing halt. We should have recorded some more, but we're all really busy again, of course. But we bought a new brushless Aeromotive 10 gallon per minute pump, put it in, and it lasted about 13 seconds. So I overnighted another one because I'm waiting on Aeromotive's tech support. It's going to be a nice lengthy process for a warranty return or claim or whatever, however they're going to end up doing it. But so anyways, we got 10 gallon per minute in, ran it yesterday, made one pass. I did anticipate this. With methanol, you use a lot more exhaust volume. And with the E85, you know, obviously we had E85 in the beginning, it would only boost creep about 1 or 2 PSI. And so to touch base on this again, that was one of the first turbo kits I ever made back in like 2015. And so the wastegate placement was not ideal. And it's funny because you always watch people on the internet and they're having problems and are adding 2 and doing this. Well, this only had a single 66 on it. And it controlled an S400 absolutely perfectly with no creep at all. The GT55 has a bigger turbine, so once it gets going, it's kind of hard to slow it down. But anyways, it would creep about 2 pounds. So if I commanded 26, it would creep up from 26 to 28 by like $6,000 to 8,500. Anyways, with the M1 on a decent pass, now that we had some fuel to rev it out, it was just straight line climbing, out of fuel at 31 PSI and 6,700 RPM already again on the injector side. And then it creeped up to about 35 pounds of boost where it started going lean, so I let off. So what that does, that tells you that you don't have enough wastegate evacuation. So I welded one of those tubes closed because we had them wide off from the old Y pipe there, if you want to call that. I had them kind of teed in to the single gate that was over there, so I lowered it so I didn't hit the hood anymore because it rubbed on the hood a little bit too, so it worked out good. I made that on the single primary, so that wastegate just controls the passenger side bank. And then we added another identical one, thankfully, and the green car is not done, so we had 2 brand new wastegates here for it. So, and it just happens to be the same one that we ran before. So we plumbed another one over here to run off from the driver's side primary. So now we got effectively 122 millimeters of exhaust evacuation instead of just 66, so that's great. So twice of that. This is probably going to control boost extremely well. It'll probably like be within decimal place now. So I got to make a couple dump tubes for this. That one I just need to shorten it because I moved it over, so I need to cut like 2 inches out of it. Put it at the same location. And then this one I'll probably do the same thing over here, just put it right out of the bumper like that side. Plugs look decent. The last bolt was a little lean, so we'll see. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna get this popped up, make this run, and I'm gonna max out the injectors wherever they fall. I've never personally maxed out a set of single 210s on methanol. I've seen a lot of guys make a round 1100 tire, call it 1350 flywheel, and that's with a nice mechanical pump making like 90 pounds of base pressure. So we got the base pressure at like 90 PSI right now. I'm hoping that we can make a solid 1100 but carry the power to redline. I already ordered Fueltech's new high impedance injectors, so we got their 240s coming. So their 240 injectors are 240 pounds at like 43.5 pounds of fuel pressure. And I think they're somewhere around 330 at like 90 pounds base or even 80 pounds base. So I really wanted to do this for myself and figure out where they're going to fall, because then I actually have proof for the future. This dyno seems to be pretty comparable, and if not, we got plenty of cars that came off from it for speed wise, so we can relate it. But I'm going to guess that it's going to make 1100 peak, probably 24 to 26 pounds of boost. And then, like I said, when the other injectors come, we're going to squeeze it out a little over 12 and see where those fail. Not fail, but run out of capacity. So, I mean, with this pump, it should go a long ways. So, it's just like, we got that GT55. My plan was to leave this around 11, but why? Might as well make more. That turbo will make probably 13, 50, 14, so we might as well. So the Fueltech should give us probably an extra 200 to 300 wheel horsepower capacity. Hopefully, be cool. So yeah. We just spent 3 more days working on it. I put a different fuel cell in it, 16 AN sump from the tank. So it's got another $5,500 in fuel system stuff now, so that's good.
It's still for sale. And what's the final mark going to be after the new injectors and you get it all set up?
Well, should be 40. Should be close. Like I said, I mean, the money that I put into the fuel system, I can't, leave that on there twice, so it's something that I can sell or use on another project.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a lot of runtime. Same with these injectors. The new injectors are like $1,700. These ones are 11-ish. So it's like, all right, so it's not 1,700 more, it's 600 more. But yeah, it's going to be 40, and that's zero labor, all parts, minus the car, the 9-inch Mosier axle, the weld wheels, the transmission, and the drive shaft, because that in the cage. But other than that, it's everything is new.
That's a solid deal.
It is. I mean, we got 5 solid weeks into this car. Like, if you wanted to build this car, it would take 5 weeks, and I mean, that parts is very discounted at that point too. Some of the stuff, like for instance, BTR sponsored the turbo on it, so I mean, you're getting 40 grand in parts. Some of it cheap, some of it discounted, some of it at dealer cost.
Yeah, so if they had to pay full markup,
other than the front bumper is a little scratched up, a little cracked down there from flopping around for the last 5 years. It probably was like that when he got the car too, but the car cleans up really well. It's actually an extremely nice car. It's sharp as hell. It looks so good in the sunlight. But yeah, I mean, 40 grand is going to get one lucky person a really nice 1,200 wheel horsepower, 470 capable at 150-ish mile per hour, 8th mile car. The car weighs 2,690 pounds with 5 gallons of fuel in it. It's extremely light for an all steel, all glass car. But yeah, I mean, it's an exceptional value. You're getting a free car, free wheels, free axle, free trans, free drive shaft, free Midwest chassis, chrome ollie roll cage. Like, it's free turbo. I mean, it was supposed to be an easier project. It was supposed to be a 2 or 3 week thing and turned into 5 and 6 weeks, and now we're just making little changes to make it better. At this point, this is that personal gain stuff. I want to have on paper where we ran that wastegate out, where we ran those injectors out.
Well, this is all stuff you're using on the green car too. Like, you were using that wastegate on the green car, so now you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I already planned 2 because that's going to be it for sure.
But now you'll have all that information.
It's just little things. I've never personally ran those injectors out on M1 with a capable pump, so it's always, I made 900. Oh, that's not even worth 800. You just get a lot of mixed reviews. So it was just something like, we're already here, and I didn't want to add an intercooler to the car to add weight, so I want to put it on M1 and see what I can squeeze out of it. The long block is going to take, 1,400 wherever the head gasket stops sealing, maybe 1,350. It's 4-bolt stuff, but we've had some really good luck with them in the past. And long story short is, the car is badass, and I wish I could keep it. But this is my personal cash cow, side money. If I didn't have this car, I'd be blowing money on other stuff that's pointless. So I'm going to keep putting it in the car, and then when I sell this, I'm going to build some other stuff or buy a couple trucks to fix and sell, and just keep putting stuff out. Plus, we missed the mark on a lot of it, but great content analyzer, great content to put out. Like, we definitely need to get better about like the build process, because I think a lot of people like seeing that. That's kind of why we're at like right now, like, hey, little stuff needs more gate, needs more injector, needs more fuel pump, and same thing, like, it's got a $600 lithium battery and a $500 alternator, because I wanted to be able to stretch the pump and the injectors and the coils out more. So like, the car has a lot of quality stuff, but all Red Horse Performance fuel lines from the pump forward. The back one's a Vibrant one because I already have the 16 there from the car, so it's extremely nice, like 2,000 and 3,000 PSI fuel line stuff. Like, car has a lot of nice parts. I wish I could keep it now. And if it doesn't sell, if I don't get 40 for it, then I guess we will keep it. I'm not gonna lose money on it. I'm already losing time, which is money. But anywho, yeah, we're gonna bang this out, and then we're gonna finally make some really all-out dyno pulls all the way to Redline on M1, because we've had to cut them short every single time so far. But even like that, two-stepping, like build and boost, like on M1 you have the exhaust volume. Spool's turbo is so much harder. It's awesome stuff. But yeah, we'll pick back up here in a little bit. I'm gonna get this knocked out and then make some noise. Oops. I need to stay out of the gym.
I broke the throttle cable. So you just had another pull that time.
Yeah.
It's like shooting fire.
Second wastegate worked great. I commanded 20 pounds of boost, and it made 19.4, 19.5, etc. So the lowest boost we've had this turbo on, which we was hoping and expecting it to be able to maintain with both of them. So it worked exactly as planned. I only had a measly little 20 pounds of boost and 16 degrees of timing, and it still made 911. So let it cool down for a minute and wake it up. I just want to see. They said we use about 82% injector duty at 87 pounds of fuel pressure, so 1,800 pounds an hour of fuel. So we only got about 2160 available with these injectors, but we're gonna ring them out and see what we can get out of them. So I'm hoping it makes that 1,070 to 1,100, because it's still a little rich. It's, you know, so we got some leeway to go. But that's awesome on
This car's not even trying.
20 pounds boost. No, not at all. That turbo, I said yesterday the turbo made like 36 pounds of boost, and I let out because I was like, we're way out of fuel let out. That was goofy. I kept going, and I'm like, it's a little lean, but it's still moving. And then all the plugs were warm, and I was like, don't do that anymore. That was bad. I was like, we're going to put that other, because I was going to make one more yesterday. Remember I said, don't let me do it. I didn't let myself do it. I was proud of myself. Because I was like, let's throw a fresh plug in there and try another. And then I was like, nope, I'm not hurting it, because it's obviously out of fuel. It needs another wastegate, so.
I'd have come in today and you would have been all bummed out.
I would have had a bad year. Yeah. But yeah, well, I'm going to check that new plug and then we'll check it out.
Perfect. We'll go over to the dyno sheet. You see the poles?
I'm gonna have to put a sweater on soon. Every time I touch something, I hurt my fingers. I'm like, ow, I'm a little bitch. Ow.
It's hot in this region, but everywhere else it's chilly.
Like, it's nice, but ethanol, man, it's barely hot still.
Cools down fast.
Well,
What about them headers?
Yeah.
Really?
Like fuel headers, this is cold. Those are thin, so they heat.
That's surprising.
Dissipate heat pretty quick. I'm excited for those other
injectors? Man, you're looking at having those Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, probably a few days. I come from Fueltech Aeromotive. Gosh dang, that looks clean, man.
What plug is that though?
The rear one.
7?
I added, I think it's at 4.5% extra fuel over the rest of them, and then pulling 2 degrees of timing.
No, that's clean.
That's why I said, like, this thing's gonna live forever. So I'm kind of taking my time. And, like, there's not even any coolant pressure. None. Beep, beep. Yay! We did it! Yay! On ethanol, it just always is running ragged edge.
So what you're saying is you have to be a complete moron if you're gonna break this car.
Yeah, once it's done
dialed.
this time. Yeah, once it's dialed in this time, like every boost number everywhere, you can put it wherever you want to, and that's why I said, like, for someone to buy a car like this, not have any idea how to operate it, you can literally get a 5-minute tutorial on the 2-step RPM. I mean, shocks will be the hardest part, getting it like down the track. But like, you can get a 5-second tutorial on, all right, this is the boost control settings. All you have to do is add or subtract, you know? So it's gonna, yeah, I mean, because we did 18 pound, which it's super close below that. But we just did an 18-pound pull, 20-pound pull, 25-pound pull.
You think it'll take 30?
No, that's 95% injector duty right now.
Dang.
That's why I said, like, I might be able to stretch this out and make 1,100 to the tire. And that's what I've heard, that the most you can get out of these injectors at 90-ish pounds of base pressure. I might give it another 10, run it at 100, but then the pump starts stretching farther and farther. So it's just like 90 base would be good. Like I said, we're not trying to do nothing crazy on this. Like I said, the injector, I'm not even going to take it off the dyno. And then the injectors will be here like Tuesday or Wednesday because it's Thanksgiving week anyway, so we don't have nothing going on here. And then when the new injectors come, I'll swap the plugs back over and
let her eat.
Let it eat. Yeah, these are 287 pounds at 90 pounds of fuel pressure, and those are 330. So each one can do 50 more pounds per minute, or pounds per hour, which is probably another couple hundred horsepower.
So there's really no reason this won't do 1,200 wheel.
No, and that's what I'm this far, I end up buying that big expensive pump. If the old pump would have worked, I wouldn't have changed the injectors. I would have left it right where it's at, but it just wasn't going to work. That other one was out of fuel at 5,700 RPM, so I was like,
that ain't no good.
No. So I was like, well, if I'm spending, basically $4,500 on the new cell, 16 AN sump lines, that Aeromotive 10 gallon per minute, the $300 fuel filter for the back of it, and then fittings for 16 stuff, and $4,000. So I'm like, well, we're already there. What's another $1,600 for injectors for Black Friday special pricing?
That's true.
I was like, $1,500 more dollars, another 100. For $1,500 out of the $40,000 in parts we put into it, it can make another 100 or 150 wheel.
Speaking of Black Friday, get a hold of Kenny for all your Fueltech Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
Because they're having a sale. You might as well buy through him.
Really good deal on FT600s and FT550s.
Yeah, like $500 off. You can't get much better than that. Trust me. I put all the pricing in.
Yeah, and Alex said I got to buy him dinner if we don't drop the website before he gets his truck. So
yeah, he still hasn't got his truck. He was too busy making mocktails at school today. And some kid brought him bacon and some beef strips here.
He has been talking mad me this week.
I think he's full of it. He's probably a bit tired from driving to all these Iowa games, but
yeah.
What can you do? He still hasn't even brought his wife's car in for ceramic coating. I don't want to hear him talking smack about nothing.
No,
or his truck.
No, I know it's a sad world when you get old.
Malibu still doesn't have seats in it.
Yep.
Finally runs.
Oh jeez. That's what I was like. Can you believe this? Dick is doing about as many YouTube videos as you are getting your car up here, and he's like, well, "I'm gonna get that truck, and you're gonna owe me dinner." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fair. I'll buy you dinner even if you buy the truck, just because it'll be cool."
What we'll do is when he says he's going to get the truck, we'll just turn the website live, and then we still beat him.
He might have screenshot me the guy's name. I'll offer him an extra grand. I'll be like, "I'll be there. I'll be there tomorrow with an extra 1,000." No, I would never do that to Alex. He's good people.
You guys don't know. We're talking about
it as a joke, though.
It would be funny just have it sitting here in a trailer, like check out my new truck.
Go get it for him without him knowing. That would be.
Send him a picture of it. Look over paint correcting some new truck I put.
If I had the free time that he does with a part-time job and all, I would go get it just to be funny with him.
He needs to coach or something. He needs to occupy his time more.
Damn, that looks good.
Just probably move the camera so people can see what you're looking at. Yeah, but for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Mr. Brooks. We'll put a picture in. He's a teacher. Semi-professional shit talker. I would say race car driver, but he's not racing. He is very good at making the backup sound when we're pulling Tim's car, though.
Yeah, that was the funniest. I was like, what is all my... That's great. That is great.
So what do you think? One more pull, get it. You should have it right at where it needs to be.
I'm gonna play with it a little bit. I'm gonna try to lean out a little bit more too. It's at 380 amp, 390. I'm probably gonna pull. Can we hold that plug for a second so we don't drop it? I'm probably gonna pull a little bit more fuel because, like, when it was lean, it was making a ton of power lean. It's not good.
No.
But I was like, maybe I'll crack her up a little bit more. Just it's like that pull was 25 pounds. Yesterday it made 35, and it was like 420 AFR. Plugs look great. I was like,
Yeah, we don't want to burn it down.
No, I mean, between fixing this one and the black car, I fixed more engines from these two cars than I ever had in my life, just from simple little mistakes.
If you think of it this way, though, at least you're melting your own stuff down on the dyno, not a customer's.
Well, yeah, I mean, the black car was neglect, my fault completely. This car was a shit chance coincidence where I should have paid a little bit better attention.
It's always one of those one more times.
Man, this looks good.
Both back cylinders look good?
Yes.
Oh, hold on, let me get that.
It's a premium timing strap.
Put your other finger next to it. It won't even go. There we go. Nope.
Nope, close enough. It looks good anyway.
We'll take a picture and insert it.
Yeah, you can take my word for it. Just trust it. It's beautiful. Excellent. And that was 25 pounds and 15 degrees up top. And I took that one a little over $8,000. I was like, man, it's still going. The converter, I wish the converter was a little looser, but
Save that for the next guy.
oh, it's just one of those things, like, you kind of got to try it before you can see what it's going to do. And I'm assuming it's going to do good. Like, it flashes, like, as soon as I roll into it, it flashes like 65, 6600. Like, I'm just used to, like, shit like Tim's car where we get it to flash like 75 and we're like, woo! Chelsea's here.
Say hi, Chelsea.
Chelsea, get your earmuffs.
You may want to get your goggles, too. And then we can take a picture of you and your goggles and put it in the video.
Yes. We're not making fun of you.
We're just warning you, it's running a bit rich. It will burn your eyes.
I'll put this one on this side next time.
Perfect. Don't drop it.
Nope. Only got 2 left.
Oh. Perfect. Most people's pro mods aren't that smooth.
Well, that one's pretty. Hey, the boost creep one looks really good because it just kept making boost like every 5 RPM. It was just like, it was like 24, 25, 26, 28, 30, 31, 35. And I'm like, let out. I'm like, man, that looks sweet. Looks like a stick shift car graph like that.
Well, last pull is 1033, 1057. It's not bad.
Cold day. Into your temperature gonna stay that one.
At least you ain't got to worry about breaking it then.
No, it's on M1. It's like just about 200 tops.
Perfect.
Does not really open that turbo that hard. Like, I mean, that was just 25 pounds again. So I just put it at 30. But it was like 95, 96% duty cycle, getting at 1,033. Woo!
It's chilly now.
It's chilly out.
Chilly, look at that.
Chad and Kim, see what is everyone want for dinner, I guess? Sounds good.
I don't know, son.